Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. And I do believe you are going to love this message because so often in life we say, gosh, if I could only do one thing, because that's all they have the time for, it's all I have the bandwidth for. But this one thing I'm going to do for my personal and spiritual and emotional and physical development, what would that one thing be if it was literally going to do all that I intended my life to be? Help me in every area of my life to transform, to become stronger, to really fully self-actualize. And this is based on a question I got yesterday during a podcast when someone asked that really fun question. I'm sure you've been asked this. Okay, you're on a desert island and you can only choose one food. One food, what would it be based on the things that you believe in relationship to health and wellness? And I said, no question, it would be avocados. And we can talk about avocados another time, but the next question was beautiful. It was all, okay, you've got one spiritual practice, one physical, personal development practice. It has to do all of those things, but it can only be one thing. What would it be? And he went on to ask, he said, I really want something that's going to be based on some good science, something that they know when they do this one thing, they can expect true transformation to happen on all levels of our being. And I said simply, the Metta practice. You've probably heard of it. It's called loving kindness. Metta is the practice, they call it in Pali, the Nepalese refer to it. And it's really beautiful because the loving kindness meditation has been around for a very, very long time. And what's really remarkable is that now more and more universities who are studying mindfulness and managing our stress and helping us to just basically navigate this world with a level of grace and ease and possibility. And a level of, I love to say, ego-free swagger, because the confidence building of this practice is literally otherworldly. And what's so beautiful about this, most of the research that's coming out today on this practice is coming out of Stanford. And there's literally hundreds and hundreds of studies that speak to the 10 main things that will happen under the influence of this practice that can be done anywhere between 10, 20, 30 minutes, but as little as 10 minutes can actually do these things for you. So I've kind of put together the top 10 things that you can experience through loving kindness meditation that you're gonna go, oh my gosh, that is the one thing. If I've only got one thing, only a little bit of time, this is what I'm gonna go with. So number one, loving kindness meditation increases positive emotions. And basically what they talked about is that when we do this practice, you not only feel more optimistic, you literally have the tendency to build almost like an emotional firewall between you and negativity, you and critical thinking, you and judgment of yourself and others. So it literally buoys up not just how we feel, but how we deal with other parts of our life. So that's awesome. Science-based. Number two, it decreases pain and inflammation, both emotionally and physically. I love that because when we're under stress, and I think all of us over this past year, year and a half have experienced levels of uncertainty and stress and anxiety, and a lot of that manifested in physical and emotional pain. So this practice helps alleviate both of those things. Number three, it actually increases empathy. The empathy centers in our brain literally get augmented. They literally help to flourish that part of our brain, unleash it so it literally helps us to feel more connected to other human beings. That in of itself is helping on so many levels with common humanity and vulnerability and openness. So we see each other with soft eyes, empathy. Number four, it literally structurally changes our gray matter. Studies show that it actually builds a bigger brain and helps to fortify the gray matter where so much of our creativity and our resilience and our superhumanness and our awareness and everything that we want is happening there. So this is awesome for people who are just saying, oh my gosh, I just want to be thinking bigger and stronger and divergently. Gray matter, meditation. Number five, this gets down to longevity, and in particular, something called telomeres. Kindness meditation literally helps to develop something called telomerase, which is an enzyme that actually feeds and fortifies telomeres, which help to protect your DNA. And the longer your telomeres are, the more you are apt to be living longer and stronger. They actually help to prevent disease. They help to actually extend our lives. And at the same time, our vitality and our optimism on an emotional level is associated with how it is that our telomeres are being strengthened through loving kindness. Number six, our sleep is going to be better. Number seven, this is really, really cool. They say that loving kindness meditation literally actually helps to kind of fortify and then transform the part of our brain that's associated with self-criticism and self-judgment. If that's all we could expect, could you imagine, like, oh my gosh, that reflex of not enoughness, the reflex of worthiness issues literally gets diminished under the influence of this practice. Number 8, it increases compassion. Compassion on all levels for ourselves and for others. Number 9, lower stress hormones. And number 10, it actually increases our ability to love ourselves. These 10 things, if you have your one choice, and what I love about this too, because if you begin your day with loving kindness, it to me, and this is something I've been practicing for literally decades, and I say that with zero ego, I say that with a level of reverence. That's how good this practice has been to me, that it's encouraged me to never ever want to miss this practice. So if you were met with the one thing that you can choose to do that can literally help you physically, neurochemically, longevity-wise, and help you to be the kind of human being that other people look at and go, that to me is something I want to emulate. That energy, that light, that love is something I want to follow. And that person is you. So with that, wishing you loving kindness, much love and every blessing. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.